first came to Sayulita about 12 years ago, and it was on a bus from Vallarta, and I had been looking for waves, and everyone was recommending go to Sayulita because it was flat in Vallarta. And I took a bus, and I just remember going just through this jungle path, and when I got here, it was like nothing I'd ever seen. So from there, the town became very popular and kind of grew to be known in the States and Canada, and everybody comes here now. But I remember it back when it was a pretty quiet little town. As far as waves, there's a main break, which is a right, and then there's a left on the other side of the river. They're both fun waves. They both usually stay pretty small year round, but they don't really get much bigger than head high. And this town actually produces a lot of surf champions because this wave is just such a good ramp to practice on, and there's no consequence really like at Puerto or on North Shore Oahu, where you gotta really pick your waves carefully, and it's a whole different game. It's a whole different thing out there in heavy surf. It doesn't really get heavy here. There's a lot of secret little beaches and spots outside of town, and there are heavier waves around, but nothing like Puerto or Hawaii. Well, it's just interesting to meet all kinds of different people, and it teaches you who you want to be around, who you don't want to be around. And I think that's really one of the most important things in life, is to have a lot of discretion about how you spend your time and who you spend your time with, because in a place like this, as you'll see at the end of this video, there's partying every single night, and it just goes nuts, and you can waste all your time in those type of situations, or you can just enjoy it sometimes and have a clear path to what you want and what you're doing to get there. Here at the market, these things are pretty swag looking. Pretty ugly mangoes, but a couple good ones. Estos son mejores. These are better mangoes right here. Pero no están listos. Okay. So this is turmeric in its root form. You're used to getting it in powder, but this is what it looks like in its natural form. Sí. I'm gonna just start with this guacamole that I'm gonna make, and just taking advantage of some of the local things that we have here in Mexico. I'm gonna use some mango and tomato, onion, cilantro, lime, and then I just use this coconut. We're gonna use that as a bowl, and then we have some plantain chips, which we'll see how it is. We're gonna get the lime in here. A lot of vegetable content, and that's really my main focus. I want stuff that's from the ground. I don't want to eat a bunch of corn or a bunch of bread. If it's with a bunch of vegetables, that's great, but that on its own is not good. So I'm gonna just start with this guacamole.